Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about the 30-day full body calisthenics challenge that I did. I want to explain why I did it, what were the results, what were the benefits, and recommendations for any of you that want to try it for yourself. So let's jump straight into the video. So I didn't do this video to get YouTube views. Even if you look on YouTube now, there aren't any full body calisthenics challenges out there. So it's not something I'm trying to jump on the viral thing. The reason why I did this, and I'm just documenting it to help you guys that might be interested in something like this, and definitely there are a load of you in the poll that I put up in the community section, wanted to learn a little bit more about exercising every day, is I wanted to test myself physically and mentally, see if this sort of thing was possible to do. I wanted to see if this was something I can handle. I've never done anything like this. Even when I used to do a body part split or even upper body, lower body, I've never done 30 days straight. So it was a challenge. I wanted to push myself and see what I was capable of doing. I wanted to get more in tune with my body, try and work out, learn what my body can handle and what it can recover from. I wanted to see if you need a dedicated rest day. For myself or in general, I'm spreading information. I want to know, do you have to have a rest day? Is it possible to get away with not, and actually managing your recovery or different aspects of your life to actually be able to work out every day? I wanted to test that for myself and test it for you. I also wanted to see if I can make exercise a genuine part of my life, not some separate workout. And finally, I also wanted to see if I could incorporate what was good about Grease the Groove and apply it in a more convenient way. So what were the results? So the main one was actually that I was able to complete it. This wasn't something that I thought I could definitely do. This is something I wanted to see if it was possible. It's not hard to do a 30 days straight if you're doing body part split, upper body, lower body, or even push-pull legs. It's not as difficult to do, but if you're doing full body every single day, that is going to be a challenge. It's going to take a lot of work to manipulate your recovery, but actually still make every exercise challenging enough that you're able to progress with it. I didn't know if that was possible. The other thing is I do have a really physical job. I'm lifting stuff all day, every day, and there are aspects of my thing where I've kind of felt like I've been getting a bit of repetitive strain injury from work. So I wasn't sure if I was able to basically handle both work and this challenge. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, whether I was going to get injured, whether I was actually able to make the workouts effective to actually have any purpose. So what I did notice while doing it is my recovery got better. As the days went on, I felt better. I had more energy to work out. It started off where it was a bit like, okay, feel a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of like that. But as it went on, later on in the days and the weeks, it was kind of like, okay, this doesn't feel so hard. I'm finishing a full day's of work, coming in and I'm cracking on. I'm not even needing really to do any warm-ups. I'm able to come in. It's that kind of what's great about Grease the Groove is you get yourself battle ready. You can literally perform at a dime. Whenever you need, you can jump up and bang out a set of pull-ups. I wanted that and I definitely felt that. So my form, another benefit is my form got better. The reps and exercises didn't feel as hard, and as it went on, I was actually be able to perform them better. One of the exercises that I incorporated in this, and I will talk about what exercises, reps and sets later on in the video, one of the exercises I haven't actually done for a very, very long time, and as I went on near the end of the 30 days, I got really quite good and happy with the technique and the form I was doing and how well I was able to perform that. So I was able to get better, my form was better. I actually was able to increase the number of reps, so even though I was doing it every single day and pushing those muscles every day, I was able to increase the number of reps that I could do. So I either got more efficient within my form, so it took less out of me per rep, or my recovery got better and I was able to have more energy and more ability to perform. Either way, both are great. The other thing is, and this is something I did not anticipate, and it was a mistake that I made doing this challenge, and that was a workmate noticed that I got bigger. So it takes someone else sometimes to notice a change, because sometimes if we're looking at ourselves every day, we may not realize that we've got any bigger. They noticed that I actually got bigger, and the mistake I made is I didn't take any before pictures or measurements. And there was a reason for that. And this was only 30 days, so I never actually expect to see any noticeable growth, especially because I'm not a beginner. And the exercises I'm doing, I've been doing for years. Like, this isn't something like I'm a beginner or even if I wasn't a beginner, I'm doing a new program, new exercise, and it's a completely new stress stimulus for me that might elicit a new growth possibly. The same exercise I've been doing for years, and I'm not a beginner, so I'm not just gonna suddenly grow because I'm exercising. However, I do have two theories for this. I might be wrong, but this is something that I can think of possibly why, again, it wasn't something I expected. First one was overall weekly volume was very high. So I ended up doing 21 weekly sets. So even when I used to do full body 2, 3, 4 times a week, I wasn't getting anywhere near this amount of volume. So maybe the overall volume or the actual increase of volume that I've been doing compared to what I was doing before allowed me to grow. Again, volume is a driver for hypertrophy. The other thing is protein synthesis was elevated more often. So simply, protein synthesis is where your body grows and recovers. And typically, if you're a natural person, when you work out, it might be elevated for 24 to 36 hours. And while it's elevated, that's where you're growing when you're recovering. If you're not natural, it will be elevated for longer. And that's why those people are able to work out more often, or at least do a lot more work or a hell of a lot more volume. So maybe because I was working out within 24 hours, it might be an hour here, an hour there. I was working out every evening after work. That by the time I hit it, it was elevated, I'm growing, I'm recovering. By the time it dips again, I'm hitting it again. So it's either it's being elevated more often, 7 times a week, to maybe it was just overall elevated more often. So now it may be allowed for more overall growth. I don't know, it's a theory, it could possibly be that. Before we go any further, if you're liking the video, make sure you hit that like button. It does let YouTube know that you're enjoying the video, you at least find it useful, and that will help YouTube to spread it to other people that they can possibly learn about this challenge, or at least try and learn some of the information that is on this channel to help you guys get more efficient with your calisthenics training and reach your fitness goals. So let's look at some of the benefits of this workout program to this challenge. So first of all, high weekly volume to monthly volume. Volume drives hypertrophy. So if you want to grow and you want to get bigger, this could be a good way of incorporating that. Second thing is exercise frequency was very high, meaning you're going to learn exercises a lot faster. The more often we do something, the better we get. If you're doing pull-ups once or twice a week and you move to 4 times a week, you're probably gonna learn the pull-up a lot faster. The other thing is these two work hand in hand. So it was an increase in workout capacity and an increase in the ability to recover. These two go hand in hand. The amount of work you can do in a given time or day or week to how much your body can actually recover from. So if we can increase that, we can get more work done. We can therefore increase our potential for hypertrophy and strength, and the amount of work we can do, and also how often we can do that as well. So those two are really, really key. The other thing is the idea of actually working every day is allowing you to be able to get in more movement. And movement is the best thing for recovery, because when you are moving or using those muscles, it's going to be bringing in blood flow, which is going to allow your body to repair and to grow, bringing those nutrients to allow that to happen. So again, if you've got aching muscles, doing some movement is going to get blood flow in there, so you're able to recover. The other thing is it allows you to get more in tune with what your body can handle. Many of us don't really know that ideal amount of volume or that amount of stimulus that we need just to elicit growth, or how much is too much volume that allow us that we can still grow and recover and work out again, or if we go over and overstep that boundary, are we going to have DOMs or feel achy, not be able to work out for a little bit longer, or if we do too much for too long, it can impact our immune system when we suddenly hit a wall. This allows you to get more in tune with what your body can handle and what its ability to recover is. So for any of you that want to try this challenge, or maybe even make this workout your new program potentially, I'm going to give you some sort of tips on how you can at least possibly finish this challenge to incorporate it into your everyday life. So the first one is do not go to failure in your sets. I know many of you want to go to failure, or you get the idea that you need to go to failure to grow. You don't need to. There's more and more evidence coming out that actually just leaving a couple reps in the tank will still allow you to grow and to get stronger, and actually proves your performance to the point where you can actually get more overall volume and actually therefore more growth. So you don't actually need to do that. But in this, I do recommend do not go into failure and leaving 2 or 3 reps in the tank. This will be a little bit harder for beginners because you don't really have the experience to know what that might feel like, or actually know, like I know I can do 10 pull-ups or 15 or 20 pull-ups. So I know if I hit 8, I know I'm leaving a couple in the tank. That comes with experience, so this might be a little bit harder for beginners to navigate, but it is possible to do. The next thing is drop the amount of volume you do right down. Again, there's no point going in there thinking you can do a normal workout and doing it every single day. You're probably gonna need to drop it by quite a lot. So if you're maybe used to doing 5 or 6 sets for your back, maybe dropping it down to 2 or 3 sets and then building up from there. It's gonna be far easier for you to start off low and get your body used to it, and then slowly building up the volume. If you start off straight away with too much volume, within 2 or 3 days, you're gonna be burnt out and you're not gonna be able to do any workouts. Or if you do push your workout through, you're gonna increase the risk of injury, or your performance is gonna be really low. So you're not gonna really get any benefits from it. So drop your volume and your intensity sometimes as well, right down. The next thing is alternate between a higher and a lower day. This can really help with controlling your recovery. Your recovery is going to be key to this. You want to make sure that you're not burning yourself out. So having a day where you go a little bit harder and push yourself, and having a day where it's a little bit easier, is going to allow your body to recover, and again take advantage of that. Movement is best for recovery because you're going to be getting blood flow in those muscles. You're still going to be using those muscles, but that could actually aid in the recovery. The other thing is listen to your body and adapt. Again, if you're finding that a certain exercise is triggering something, or maybe you're not feeling particularly a good amount of energy. Maybe you're due to have a high intensity day and you're kind of like, I don't really feel like it, I'm feeling a bit tired today. Alternate it. Have another lower intensity day, or drop the actual volume you're doing within that workout, whether dropping the reps or maybe doing less sets, or even just dropping the intensity down and picking a slightly different exercise. Don't be afraid to listen to your body and adapt the workout accordingly. When you start out, limit the amount of exercise that you do at first. If we're doing this full body workout, so really you only need to start with 3 exercises. I wouldn't start off with say 6 exercises and do sort of like the convict conditioning style workout and doing it every single day. It's going to be too much. You don't really want to be doing something like that. What was the workout that I did and what exercises and reps did I do? So first of all, to do this challenge, I broke it up into 2 workouts. So workout A was the pull-up. I ended up doing it on the duonamics, okay? The reason being is because I wanted to have that ability to rotate. It's going to take the stress off the joints, again, reduce the chance of repetitive strain injury, mix up the training a little bit. And again, it's another way of actually making the pull-ups a little bit more challenging. If you don't have these, maybe use a set of rings or just alternate them, just so you limit that from happening. The second exercise was the handstand push-up, okay? I haven't done a handstand push-up for a very long time. Again, even longer actually in a program, in a workout for a consistent amount of time. So I wanted to do this workout because I want to get good at the handstand push-up again. I used to be able to do sets of 20, and now it's like I'm struggling to do like sets of 10. So I wanted to add it back in because I want to get good at it and I want to get some vertical work. Again, the pull-up is a vertical pulling exercise and I wanted to get a vertical pushing. So this is my overhead one, and the handstand push-up is great for shoulder and trap development. I'm not remotely interested in learning the freestanding handstand one. It doesn't appeal to me at all. So I'm gonna be doing mine against the wall and I prefer doing that anyway. And the final exercise was the one-legged squat. Again, one of the best exercises you can do for leg development if you're doing calisthenics. So whether that's pistol squat, the shrimp squat, whatever it is, the levitation squat, great exercise to do. Workout B ended up being the inverted row. So we're now getting into the horizontal work. So it's great for the mid-back. And also it's an easier variation of the pull-up because these exercises are naturally going from the pull-up to the inverted row. It's naturally going to be easier. So if my body's used to recovering from the pull-up, when it goes to the inverted row, it's going to find it a little bit easier. I do make changes to the amount of reps that I do, but it's an easier variation so that my body's going to be able to recover from that while still challenging it. The next exercise is going to be the push-up. Again, some more horizontal work. So this is the horizontal pressing, and it's easier than the handstand push-up. So my body's going to find it easier to recover from the push-up than it is going to be the handstand. Again, it's another exercise that I want to add in. And then finally, it's the bridge. So this allows me to really work the posterior chain, which can get neglected if you're doing the squat, especially the one-legged one, and it allows, again, more recovery because it's easier than a one-legged squat. So as you can see, I've naturally got a harder day and an easier day, and this allows me to control my recovery a little bit more. But the other thing is I now have 6 exercises to pick from, where now I've got a little bit of variety for my mind. I'm not going to get bored so easily, and it's a bit of variety for my body. So I'm not going to be doing the same exercises every single day for 30 days. There's a little bit of variety there, which hopefully will reduce the chance of injury, repetitive strain injury. So for my hard days, I end up doing 3 sets of 5, and then I progress up to 3 sets of 6. I could have gone a little bit higher, but I wanted to keep the reps low, keep the intensity high, and I would manipulate the workout with it. Obviously the handstand push-up was new, so I was manipulating with it was still a hard challenge, and I was manipulating with the range of motion where I was placing my hands. And when it came to pull-ups, I might have even just pulled a little bit higher too. The great thing about the duonamics is I can actually pull these apart and get a bit of an extra squeeze in the mid-back. So I was able to make the exercises harder during the rep. On the lighter days, I started at 3 sets of 8, and I ended up working up to 3 sets of 10. Again, the inverted row I haven't done for a long time, so really I was using this to really focus on that mid-back activation, that scapular retraction. So that was new. It was nice to be able to do that, and with the push-up, it was nice to be able to really focus on the form, maybe focusing more on the lean forward to see if I could stress the shoulders a bit more, but it was good to do them. I know the reps seem low, but remember you need to ease yourself into something like this, and I had never done anything like this before. So I thought it'd be better to start off low, see how my body works, because I can always add it on the next session and see how it goes after the next day. But the priority is get an effective workout without burning yourself out so you can do the same again the next day. So this one I've definitely learned, and if you do it, you're gonna have to really learn how to pace yourself. Your reps might be different, but again, start off low, you can always build it up over time. If you do try this challenge, let me know down below. I really want to know how you get on and what results that you get. Make sure you subscribe for more calisthenics content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.